All right, guys, so we're back at Okeeheelee. This time we're going to be doing the gravel track and on the same bike. This is the Canyon Spectral OnFly. It is an e-bike, but yeah, for all you guys that have a e-mountain bike and just want to get out and do some gravel riding, nothing intense, just get out on your bike. This is a great way to do it. I really like it. You see a lot of guys riding gravel bikes on gravel, as you would suspect. But yeah, riding a mountain bike like this is actually a lot of fun because you're in more of a slack position rather than being like really forward. And if you're like me and have neck problems, I really can't even ride, cross-country bikes and gravel bikes that really put your head forward and that. So I much prefer the more slacker setup. It's just more comfortable and doesn't make you, doesn't force your head forward, and you're not leaning over like looking at the ground, and it's just a lot nicer. But yeah, this is a pretty nice track. I like it. You see a lot of these gravel runs, at least here in South Florida, where maybe like in the Loxahatchee, you see a lot of guys going out there, and that's fun, but it's really straight. Whereas this area, as you can see, there's a lot of curves and varied terrain, but it's still, obviously really easy. It's just flat ground essentially. But yeah, it's just a great way to get out and be in nature, and better than being at home. Yeah, there's a lot of different routes that you can take here. The first time you go here, you can really kind of get mixed up where you're going. So because there's a lot of different routes. So like this is just basically a little loop that we're gonna do, and you can get turned around pretty easy, but it's all just flat ground, so it's not a big deal if you get turned around or whatever. But yeah, it's a really pretty area right here. I had one guy on the last video, which is I guess one of my first mountain bike videos that I posted in a very long time. He was like, that's the worst trails that I've ever seen, and this and that. And yeah, Florida riding is not, super intense, major ascents, elevation, elevation gain and downhills. That's not what it is. It's mainly, flatter trails, a lot of technical stuff. I really like it. I mean, I've done all different kinds of riding. I'm originally from the Midwest, so we have a lot of good trails out there, downhill and everything. And yeah, I love that, but I also love just doing flat gravel riding too. A lot of pretty things. Look at that lizard just flew by there. A lot of nice wildlife, a lot of lakes and pretty features around here. But yeah, just get out and ride. I don't think it matters how cool, quote unquote, the terrain is. Sometimes just getting out here in the outdoors on the flat ride is fun. Get some exercise. Even on the e-bike, put it on the eco setting, you're still gonna do depending on how good a shape you're in, you're still gonna do a nice zone 2 fat burning workout, even on flat ground. I mean, obviously if you have a high powered e-bike and you got it in a high setting, it's basically you're not doing anything. But this is a mid-power e-bike, so just put it on the lowest setting, which gives you a little bit of boost. But yeah, you can still get good exercise and have a lot of fun doing it. So there's about, I mean, depending on if you do everything out here, looking at like around 6 miles of trails, which isn't bad. So it's a nice little, you know, especially like me, I live really close here. I don't know if I would like drive long distances to come here, but it's a good trail if you live close by and you just want to get out for a ride and you know, just get like a zone 2 workout. It's great for that. Oh, dang, this guy's like blocking the whole way here. Shit. Well, I guess we can't go that way. That sucks. Damn, he pretty much blocked the whole bridge. Well, I guess we can't ride that. That sucks. Damn, big old iguanas. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain here recently, so everything's just really wet, but I actually kind of prefer it when it's like this because, especially on gravel, it really tightens up everything, makes it real grippy. But yeah, this is really getting marshy out here. Man, that's a bummer. That guy's working on the bridge. That's like really the best section. He just closed off that whole area, so might have to redo this. We'll see. Yeah, a lot of wildlife out here. You know, South Florida, so you're gonna get a lot of iguanas and squirrels, different kinds of birds. Yeah, pretty nice day today, in the low 80s, overcast, which is nice, especially for gravel riding, because you know you're in a exposed area, so you're getting a lot of sun on you. You know, it's nice. But yeah, this is pretty rare, seeing all this water on the trail. I've ridden here quite a few times. It's pretty rare to see that. It's been real wet though the past couple weeks. Nice and quiet here. No, pretty much nobody out here. We might still be able to do this back section, yeah. All right, yeah, I think so. I just kind of took a separate route then. Yeah, this is good. Okay, yeah, cool. So this is the back part. I thought that was the case. That's what I mean. I've ridden here a bunch of times and I still get confused sometimes. But yeah, so coming up here, we'll make a left and there's like a little hill that comes up. Or if you go right, that's where that guy was working on that bridge. So yeah, all is not lost. We still got to do the trail. Just got to take a different route. But man, this just feels nice because the trail is damp, so it's so grippy. So yeah, a little bit of an incline right here. Probably doesn't show up in the video, but this is a little incline. Oh, there's the guy working on the bridge here. So we just basically went around him. So when we go back, I normally make a left, but we'll just go back straight, go around him and do the rest of the trail. Yeah, this is about as steep as you're gonna get for Florida. But this is a nice view. We'll stop and take a look at this. Really sweet. They got chairs up here where you can kind of chill. But yeah, check that out. It's beautiful. Nice overlook on the lake. Yeah, gorgeous. All right, let's keep going. Nice little windy sections. It's great. Yeah, this is just definitely chill riding, you know, nothing too intense. But not, it's chill but not boring, at least in my mind. I guess for that's different for everyone. So yeah, I got it set in eco mode, which is basically, I'm not even really eco mode, I don't think they call it that. It's just the level 1. There's 3 levels at least on this system. This is the TQ50. It's got, and you can customize each setting. So this is the lowest setting, which I like for gravel riding and, you know, any kind of riding where you don't have a lot of elevation. It's nice, gives you boost, but doesn't feel like it's pulling you. You still feel like you're cycling and getting a workout. But yeah, we're doing about 16 miles an hour without a tremendous amount of effort. Decent amount of effort, and probably in like zone 2 right now, probably. I don't have my watch on, but I know my body enough to, you know, you start feeling where, like right now when I'm talking, I can feel it's a little bit of stress. So I might even be in zone 3 right now. But I haven't done anything real physical for about a little over a week. I've been sick. So this is like my first real physical activity. So yeah, anytime that happens, you know, your first day back, you're a little bit more winded than usual. So I'm probably in about zone 3, whereas normally I would be in zone 2 right now. Breathe in a little bit more heavy than normal. And when you're talking, you can feel that you're using energy to speak. Yeah, so this park is basically a series of little lakes, but they're lakes, but they're really, it's more like marsh. You know, these are real shallow lakes. I've actually fished it on a kayak a few times. Fishing's pretty good, not like stellar, but you could definitely come out here with a kayak and do all right if you're into fishing. If you're into fishing and not too afraid of gators. Although living in Florida as long as I have, I'm really no longer afraid of gators. Unless they're right up on me and they're scared or something, but I've had many of encounters with gators. Damn, I don't even know how to get out of here. Well, there he is again. I guess we gotta go back the other way. Yeah, it's the first time I've had that bridge closed, so I'm a little bit turned around. It's all good, get some extra miles in. We'll figure it out. That's the cool thing about e-bikes too, is you know, you get turned around and you do more miles than you think. You could always just turn it up into a higher assist setting and use a lot less energy, a lot less anxiety that way in a pinch. And that's what's kind of cool about the lightweight e-bikes too, is you know, if you completely run out of juice, which shouldn't happen if you plan accordingly and you know the limitations of your bike, like this one, the TQ50 with I think a 380 watt hour battery, something like that. It's a pretty small battery pack, and I can get an hour and a half to 2 hours of continuous riding, which for me is a lot. I mean, obviously you know, some guys ride, you know, massive amounts, but hour and a half, 2 hours of continuous riding is a lot for most people, and plenty for me. Yeah, all right, so we're basically just going back the way we came. Maybe I can make a left here. All right. Yeah, okay, so this is the way we just went, except for we made a left. I'm gonna go right. So yeah, a little bit of a detour there. Okay, now I think we're good now. Okay. Okay, all right. So last time I went straight. Here we go. Now we're good. So come up to this stop sign here. You can make a left or right. That's like the main loop that goes around all the lakes. And if you go straight, that's the Freedom Park Pinehurst Trail, which I did on the last video. So you could ride both of these, and I've done it before very easily, which is a lot of fun. You know, it's a good solid hour of just continuous riding if you do both trails. Each trail, depending on how fast you ride, it's going to be around 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just depending, right? So it's a good ride if you do both, because if you watch the last one, that side is, you know, it's more technical, single track, a little bit more intense. It's got features and all that kind of stuff. Definitely takes more skill to ride that area. But yeah, this is a good little warm-up track. before you go over there. Mix and match. But yeah, beautiful area. So like right now, I'm just basically upright on my bike. I'm not even hunched over. It's real comfortable. But yet I'm still, it's almost like being on an exercise bike. And I can see everything and enjoy everything and be in a comfortable position. And still be riding 15, 16 miles an hour. Guy had like a little electric, I don't think I've ever seen one of those. It's almost like a skateboard, but it was electric and had bigger wheels. Pretty cool. Yeah, so you get a lot of walkers, hikers on this trail for sure. This is a Monday, so this is about the least amount of people that you'll see out here. But it's never too bad. Yeah, it's about 100% humidity out here. 80 something degrees, so I'm sweating pretty good. Oh, we'll take this little cut. Yeah, you see, you can take these little cut-ins, and this is where having like a nice full suspension bike is nice. And having an e-bike is nice because this is real sandy. So with the e-bike, you can just basically put it in a higher setting, use the same amount of energy, and just glide over this. And with the full suspension, it makes it pretty comfortable if you have good suspension. So it's pretty awesome. So I got it in setting 2 right now. And I'm using about the same energy as I was before on the gravel. And then you get out to the gravel, I put it back in 1. And I never really change the amount of energy that I'm putting into the bike. Oh yeah, these lakes are high compared to normal. It's actually more pretty that way. You can see the lake through the trees here. Lizards everywhere. Yep, still averaging 16. I don't know if that shows in the picture there. 14, 16 miles an hour average. Nice little chill ride. We need a good cold winter to knock back some of these lizards. There's just too many of them. They're everywhere. A lot of people hunt them, but it doesn't even dent their population. Alright, so that's the main road over there. Goes around the park. That kayak launch there. Although it's just a weird spot for a kayak launch. It's like, how do you even get to that? I've always wondered that every time I see it. I mean, it's not like you can take your car on this road. This is a hiking and a biking trail. Ah, I should have took the other way. That other way is a little bit more fun. That's what I mean. This place keeps it interesting, you know. It's like a, you know, it's probably a boring video by all stretch, but I just wanted to kind of document this place because it's like if you like gravel riding, but you don't want to do just straight, you know, roads, this is it, you know, and you can take different routes and keep it interesting. Like I just missed that route, which was actually the more fun route because it's really windy. But yeah, this is it. We're already back to the base. This is where we started, just the other side. And just go through this field. My car is up here. I'm gonna get it into a proper gear. There we go. That's pretty much it. All right, there you go. Yeah, so that's the bike we were riding. Not exactly a gravel bike. It's got the MX setup, 29 front, 27.5. Gives you more of a slacker, which means you're gonna be more back in your seat, more comfortable position. And because it's an e-bike, you don't have to worry about loss of energy because that's what your motor's there for. But yeah, thanks for watching and see you next one.